These people are vibe coding a SaaS and just making a ton of money. So the question is, can I build a SaaS in the next 21 days and get one customer? So I want this challenge to feel like a video game. So there's high stakes, there's rules, and there's a big consequence. So here are the rules. Rule number 1, I have to spin a wheel every day to know what I need to do before I can start building. These can be things like run a mile, do 100 push-ups, or build a video game. Rule number 2, if I don't build a SaaS in the next 21 days and get one customer, I have to walk the entire Fellowship of the Rings. I think that's like pretty close to 4 hours, maybe 3.5 hours. That's a lot of walking. Let's talk about the plan. Hopefully that was a cool shot, I don't know. So I'm gonna be building a daily learning app for product managers and founders. It's not actually gonna be an app like on your phone. I'm gonna be using the SAM stack, so Software, Airtable, and Make for the MVP. So let's get going. Good morning. It's early, and this is day 1 of the challenge, and it's time to spin the wheel. Oh, nice. Okay, so I get to add a new challenge to our challenges. Sweet. All right, so here's all of our challenges. So what I'm gonna do though, because I gotta kind of create my own and I don't wanna be creative at 6 a.m. in the morning, I'm gonna throw it into ChatGPT and basically just tell it to come up with a new challenge. So ChatGPT just finished it. I kind of like this one, build and design for 10 minutes using your non-dominant hand. That'll be really interesting. Let's try it. Okay, I got it done. All right, so I made some good progress today. I had ChatGPT basically figure out the Airtable tables and rows that I would need with ChatGPT. I then was kind of lazy and I wanted it to just build all of it itself, and it did an okay job. It didn't get everything that I was hoping for. I didn't give it, a great prompt, but this is what it came up with. It actually came up with an interface as well, but the interface is a little weird because if I click, I can change anything. I don't know if that's what the user views. Anyways, I was just a little confused. I made the legit one here where you got users, track, lessons, enrollments, and progress. So we got the Airtable basically filled out. I got one more table to add tomorrow. But that's progress so far. All right, guys, it's day 2 of building a SaaS in 21 days and getting one customer, or I have to walk the entire Fellowship of the Rings. Every morning I have to spin the wheel before I build, so let's spin the wheel. Oh no. Well, I got it done. 1 mile. Here's the proof right here. Look at that. My pace is awful. Okay, so this is what I got done today. I finished up Airtable, added this last table. It's basically just an email log to make sure that I'm doing everything correctly and that we can figure out if something goes wrong. The next thing is I got Softer, so I finished this up, made sure it looked okay. We had the right variables coming through. And then I got this new tracks starting to show up. That took a second to figure out how to get the lesson to show up there. I also added a new user and like a lesson so that I could test everything. That's basically all I got to today. I'm so tired. Today's day number 3 of building a SaaS in 21 days and getting one customer. And if I don't, I have to walk the entire Fellowship of the Rings. Well, it's time to spin the wheel. Okay, so I gotta do this really fast. So my plan is to vibe code it with ChatGPT. I think I'm either gonna do like a mini golf game or maybe like a football flick kick game. If all else fails, I'll just do a quiz game, but I'm gonna try to rep through this really fast and see where we're at. Okay, so I finally finished the game, and let me tell you, that was the most stressful challenge I've done. Good night. So I went to ChatGPT because I figured it was gonna be the easiest way to build a video game. And I wanted it to do just a mini golf game. You can see it doesn't work at all. This is like 15 prompts trying to get this thing to work, and I just eventually gave up. So then the next idea was like basically a field goal kicking game, where you like flick it like this and it goes to the uprights. That's basically what this is, but you can kind of see it just looks weird. So these are apparently the field goal posts, and then this is the line. I don't know. It took me a second to figure this out. It works, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. So that was probably the best one so far. This is the next one. I wanted to just do a raptor running away, very similar to Google, like when the internet goes down and you can be a little dinosaur jumping around. It just doesn't work at all. So that was great. I then went to Replit, and it did this like basically like a 3D rendering of a guy. This is also super close. I ran out of credits though. Whoa, and now I can't die. This is kind of crazy. The problem is that the rocks just kind of generate randomly and you die immediately. And I couldn't figure it out. I didn't want to pay for the credits. So then it was time to move on to a different plan. This is the one that I finally landed on. It took a million prompts, but this is what we got right here. So it's a little dinosaur. He just jumps over things. You got clouds in the sky. It's a great little game. So we're gonna call it good there. Okay, one of my biggest takeaways from that challenge was that AI is not there yet. It can't create anything crazy with video games, but it did a decent job. It was okay. At one point I was stressing so much, I almost opened up this bad boy. It's called GDevelop, and built a video game. It would have taken an hour or more to build anything simple, but this is like a drag and drop, no code game builder. It's pretty cool, and I think it would have been a fun thing. I just didn't have the time to do it. I am gonna be putting this video game on the website for the daily learning platform, just as a fun thing that you can randomly stumble into. All right, so here's my progress made on day 3. I honestly didn't have hardly any time to do anything, so this is very minimal stuff because it took forever to build a video game. You already saw this before. We have this new jobs to be done. If I click this, it takes you to the lesson's details. This is kind of what it looks like. Shows you the lesson, gives you the quiz question. You choose an option. I'm not super impressed with software. This was really hard to do, and there's zero customization. So I might need to pivot tomorrow. It's day 4 of building a SaaS in 21 days and getting 1 customer. And if I don't, I have to walk the entire Fellowship of the Rings. I also spin a wheel every single day and do a challenge just to make things a little bit more interesting. But before we get into that, there's something that I realized I've been doing completely wrong. So basically I realized that what I'm doing isn't gonna reach my goal in 21 days. So I gotta change the plan a lot in order to make this work. The original plan was to build this whole app in Softer and hope for the best. I'll build a landing page at the very end in the last week and then reach out to everyone then. I don't think that's gonna work. So we need to change things up and I need a new plan. The plan, revised. That looked ridiculous. Okay, I gotta start by doing the most valuable thing, which is building out the lessons. We're gonna do 2 tracks. One that's product foundations and 2 that's AI product management, basically. I'm gonna do 14 lessons for each, and I'm gonna be building all of them in Beehive, and it's gonna be an email lesson. It's gonna be pretty similar to like Duolingo. You get 1 lesson, you have a quiz to check your progress. I'm gonna be using Make to update that streak tracker in each of the emails, and Airtable to keep track of the user, what streak they're on, what lesson they're on, and if they wanna switch courses. We're cutting out Softer. I'm gonna build just that flow, and as soon as I'm done with that, I'm gonna build a landing page, and then I'm gonna talk to as many product managers as humanly possible. We're talking DMs, we're talking, Slack groups, Reddit, whatever. I'm gonna try to talk to as many as possible to just test this for 7 days and then see if anyone converts to the next 7 lessons. Well, I guess it's time to spin the wheel. Let's do this thing. Oh, okay. Okay, I can do that. That's not bad. Let's just get this thing over with. All right, let's get it. Jelly legs. Whew. Oh, frick, that was worse than I thought. It's not too bad, but frick, your legs start burning towards the end there. I forgot to give you guys a quick update on day 4, my progress. Basically, I just looked at Beehive and Kit to see which one would be best for the emails. Day 5 of building a SaaS in 21 days and getting 1 customer, or I have to walk the entire Fellowship of the Rings. And it's Saturday. It's sunny outside. Look at this. It's beautiful. It's time to spin the wheel. No, not again, please. Oh my gosh, building another game? You're kidding. Okay, so I finally finished the game. I just had Lovable create this trivia game. So every day AI is gonna give you a new question for product management, design, architecture, SaaS fundamentals. I told it to be kind of funny, so it'll be probably dad joke funny. You can read this and then you can select an answer, click submit. It should just tell you if you're right or wrong. That's basically the game. This is what I got done today. I got the Stripe subscriptions, for a 7-day free trial and then a year, 7-day free trial and then a month. So I got that done. I'm also using Tally, it's a form builder, to create this Notion looking form for after you pay, so I can get a little bit more information about you and what your likes and dislikes are. And the last thing is I'm using Kit to create these like email sequences that are basically your daily lessons. Okay guys, it's actually day 7. I took off yesterday because it was Sunday. I wanted to spend some time with my family. So I'm gonna get back into this today. Very first thing, gotta spin the wheel. Okay. Sweet. Okay, so I can do that, easy. So this is the book I've been reading. It's called Sprint by Jake Knapp. Yeah, it's all about how to go from a big idea to prototyping it, to solving the problems, and then testing it with customers in a week. It's been really interesting. What I read was about creating a long-term goal and then figuring out the problems that you need to solve in order to reach that goal, and then kind of creating a user flow map. So great book. All right, so my progress from day 7. I just added 3 new IDs so that I can just create a sequence. Let me show you that sequence. Yeah, so I can create a sequence. I've already created a couple. I just need to put the content in there. I have Stripe ready. I just need to connect it all up with Make. So we're gonna try to do that today. Good morning. Today is day 8 of building a SaaS in 21 days, or I have to walk the entire Fellowship of the Ring. I got myself a cup of hot chocolate because I am 5 years old and I'm ready to spin the wheel. So I get 1 re-roll token for this entire challenge. I super needed this because I'm already behind. Okay, so I was trying to automate some stuff in Make. I was grabbing the Tally forms. As soon as someone did a response, I would try to put them in as a subscriber to the sequence on Kit. And it was just giving me a bunch of grief because I couldn't get the email from the watch response. It's just the IDs or the fields. It's not giving me the actual, like, it shows you the form ID here, so I could get it from that, but anyways, it was giving me some grief. So I was curious if I could do it from Stripe. So I was looking at it from Stripe, I was watching, and then I could receive the customer. This was working pretty well. And then a realization hit me. I don't know if I want to set up Stripe for this. I may just do Venmo, honestly. So the new plan, as of right now, is instead of doing this whole Make thing, what if I just did ConvertKit and I only did sequences, and after 7 days I manually email people? It's a bit of a concierge sort of service to test out the idea, but I'd rather do that than spend a ton of time trying to automate everything, figuring out Stripe backend. And I mean, it's day 8. I gotta hustle and get this thing done and test it and get a customer to actually pay for it. I could do more automations later if I have time. It's day 10 of building a SaaS in 21 days and getting 1 customer, or I have to walk the entire Fellowship of the Ring. It's time to spin the wheel. No, please. No, please. No. Oh, frick. Not again. Okay. That was cold. It was raining out there. But look, got the mile done. Check it out. Let's see if you can see that pretty good. Look at that. Okay, so quick update. Got my first lesson finally done. It's in the books. It took a second to figure out kind of the curriculum that I want to do. So I'm actually using this roadmap. This is from roadmap.sh. I really like it. I feel like it's a little bit overkill. There's a lot to it, but the general idea for how to become a product manager follows this flow pretty closely. So I'm building lessons based on that. That's basically it. Today is day 11 of trying to build a SaaS in 21 days and getting 1 customer, or I have to walk the entire Fellowship of the Rings. It's time to spin the wheel to see what my challenge is for today. Okay, please don't be running another mile. Post a progress meme. I can do that. All right, here's the meme. It's scheduled, ready to go, and I realized I'm not funny. But guess what? Got her done. Here's the progress so far. I kind of came up with a lesson outline, and then I also have lesson 2 ready, more or less. We're still getting this going, so this is basically all the progress I've made so far. It's day 12 of building a SaaS in 21 days and getting 1 customer, or I have to walk the entire Fellowship of the Ring. And it's time to spin the wheel. No, please. Oh, okay. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so here's the progress on the free tool. I decided to do a competitor intel like analysis. So basically you put in your URL, you click analyze, and it's just using an LLM, I think it's ChatGPT, and it's just looking at that competitor. It's trying to extract specific insights. Oh, okay, so we got the company overview, some recent news, pricing, market position, and the key insights. So I did this with Lovable and then also Base 44. And I gotta say, Base 44's UI just looks a little bit better. Here, I'm gonna throw one of these in here so you guys can see it, but it's the same concept. It's just analyzing the competitors. Okay, so here's what it looks like. You got Salesforce, executive summary, market position, recent news. I feel like I like this one a lot more. It's a little bit cleaner. So we're gonna use the Base 44 version of this. So the only problem with these is I'm hitting that OpenAI API, and if I just left this free for the world to use, it would cost me thousands of dollars potentially if 1,000 people started using it. So I'm making it so you have to log in, and you can only get 1 of these per day, 1 analysis per day basically. So that's kind of the idea. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so here's the progress from day 12. I got 7 lessons now, which is awesome. We're getting there quick. Kit actually locked down my account, so I had to work with support to get it unlocked. I'm not entirely sure why, but they did it relatively quickly. So we're ready to go now. We got 7 lessons. I need 7 more to make this MVP officially done. And then I build the landing page. It's day 14. I'm building a SaaS in 21 days and getting 1 customer, or I have to walk the entire Fellowship of the Rings. I took a break yesterday. It was Sunday. I wanted to spend some time with my family, and it's time to get back at it. Let's spin the wheel. Oh, no. Okay, well. All right, so here's my progress. I got to lesson 10. I just need 4 more lessons, and then I can build the landing page, and then I can start selling this a lot more. It's day 15 of building a SaaS in 21 days and getting 1 customer, or I have to walk the entire Fellowship of the Rings. And it's time to spin the wheel. Yes. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So this is the book I've been reading. It's called Sprint. It's a pretty good book. It's about starting with the problem, kind of creating it with a plan, and then prototyping it, a idea, all in a week. So I've talked about it before. It's a good book so far. If you've read it, let me know in the comments and let me know what your thoughts are on it. All right, so my progress, I'm making the lessons. I'm getting close. I just need 14 lessons. Then I'll build the landing page and I'll start selling. It's day 15. So if I can't get that done by tomorrow, we're gonna be stressing. I'll be stressing lots because I only have a couple more days left to actually make a sale. But you can see some of the lessons I added. We're talking backlog grooming, analytics 101, partnering with design engineers, roadmaps, prioritizations, metrics, hypothesis, jobs to be done, customer research. Like, this is gonna be a pretty good little fundamental courses. And then I add references at the bottom if you wanna go into more detail. I think it's gonna be a pretty worthwhile course to start out with. Good morning. It's day 16 of building a SaaS in 21 days and getting 1 customer, or I have to walk the entire Fellowship of the Ring. I'm tired. It's like 6 a.m., but it's time to spin the wheel. Let's do this thing. No. Oh. All right, guys. I'm gonna use my 1 re-roll for this challenge that I got a couple days ago because I'm not running another mile. Good night. Okay, let's do this. If it's a mile again, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh. No, that's worse. Oh. Okay. All right, I'll build a free tool. I decided to go with the data visualizer. Usually I'm trying to make data look pretty as a product manager. So you can like load data and get like a test view. You could change the colors down below. You can also see like a line, an area, and a pie chart. And then you can export it and it comes up as a PNG. Okay, so made some pretty good progress. I have all 14 lessons done, finally. We got lots of different subjects that we're kind of trying to cover with this fun foundational product management course, but that's kind of the progress. Today is day 17 of building a SaaS in 21 days and getting 1 customer, or I have to walk the entire Fellowship of the Rings. I have a guest today. What do you have to say for yourself? That's what I thought. He didn't sleep. All right. It's time to spin the wheel. What do we got today? Callum, are you a good luck charm? Dude, you are a good luck charm. That's easy, let's do it. I really needed this, something quick and easy so that I can get back to doing the lessons because it's day 17 and I don't have a landing page. I haven't talked to any customers. What am I doing? So we need to hurry with this. So I'm gonna do 10 burpees. It's quick, it should be pretty easy. And I think we just added it. Yep, okay, we're good to go. Now I'm gonna start just becoming a corporate unit. This is the life of a dad. You got your 2 kids' monitors right here and you're working on your project. I forgot to film my progress, but we got almost all the lessons done. We have 2 left and then I'll be done with the lessons and get started on the landing page. It's day 21 of building a SaaS in 21 days and getting 1 customer. I have to walk the entire Fellowship of the Rings. It's the final day. I actually did a ton of work on day 19 and I just didn't spin the wheel. So today I have to spin the wheel twice. We'll see how that goes. All right, let's do this thing. Oh. Okay, sweet. Okay, so there's one of them in here that says remove any single bad slice for tomorrow's. I'm not spinning the wheel tomorrow, so I'm just saying that's today because I'm spinning it again. So I'm gonna remove the one that I hate the most, which is running a mile out of there. Okay, let's spin it again. Let's go. That was so clutch, thank goodness. Okay, it's the final day and I need a game plan if I'm gonna get 1 sale. So from day 19, I did create a landing page and I finished all the lessons, which is great. The problem is I used Base 44 to build the landing page, and Base 44 makes you pay 40 to 50 bucks a month just to host a landing page. So I'm trying to take that design and put it on V0 because V0 lets you export the code and you put on GitHub or Vercel or something like that. So I'm gonna try to do that. And then from there, the other problem I was running into was Stripe. Stripe is pretty hard to work with if you don't already have an LLC, if you don't already have a landing page or anything like that. It's just not the fastest way to get a payment method in place. But you wanna know what is? Buy me a coffee. That's the best right now. I mean, you can get it going so fast. So all that being said, today I need to get the landing page done. I need to get my Buy Me a Coffee set up, and then I need to post everywhere. Reddit pages, LinkedIn, post a few LinkedIn posts, the whole shebang. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I wanted to show you my base 44 progress. This is the landing page it created. I actually think it works pretty well. It's not bad at all. I like it. The problem is, again, it costs a ton of money to host anything on base 44, so we're not doing that. What I did is I came here, I went to code. You can find the code right here. Copied that, pasted it into V0, and it built the exact same landing page. So we should be good to go. Well, the challenge is over. And unfortunately, I did not get a customer. Life kind of got the best of me. I just got a little busy, so I wasn't able to even post it anywhere. So I'm gonna walk the entire Fellowship of the Rings. All right, enough chatter. Let's start walking. Jeez, he just messes those guys up. Oh! I wonder if this walking path's gonna light on fire from overuse. I don't think I've ever walked 3 hours on it. Ooh! Daniel Radcliffe, what a dog. Probably just offended a bunch of people with that one. Couldn't help it. For the longest time, I thought this guy was the same actor as Dumbledore. Gandalf and Dumbledore were the same actors. Wrecked my world when I learned otherwise. So during this challenge, I used a bunch of different AI tools, and I want to tell you about each one and the use cases I would use it for personally. So let's start with Lovable. That's probably the one I use the most. I think it's the best for prototyping something really quick. It was a game changer every time I spun the wheel and I hit free tool or build a game. I would always go to Lovable first just because I was so used to it. Lovable also has a very generous free tier. Has a ton of credits you can use, and I really liked that about it. I wasn't even on the paid version at all for Lovable, and I built all my free tools and games using it. The next one I used was ChatGPT, and I'm just gonna be honest, ChatGPT did not do great. I tried to do it for the dinosaur jumping game, and it just real struggled. The only thing it works really good at is the 2D video game ones. It does a pretty good job. I've tried to have it do portfolio websites before, and man, the design is really bad, really bad. The next tool I used quite a bit was actually Base 44. I get ads for Base 44 just relentlessly. If you're the same way, let me know in the comments, because I don't know if I'm just the only one and they're just targeting me, or if everyone's kind of getting the same ads. There's a couple pros with Base 44. I think Base 44 is probably the best in the market right now. When I was using it, I mean, it was a one prompt shot. It basically built everything, which was really cool. I actually think the design was also really, really good for Base 44, even better than Lovable. The biggest problem with Base 44, in my opinion though, is it's more expensive than Lovable. In order to put a domain on any of the free tools I'd build with Base 44, I had to pay $40 a month. There is no way I was gonna do that to just maintain a free tool. Whereas with Lovable, it was like 25 or $20 a month, which was far better. Another one I used a little bit was V0. It was great for the landing page. That's actually what I used to build the landing page for my 17-day course application. I think the only bummer is they don't give you a lot of free credits every day, not as nearly as much as Lovable, and it's basically only good at landing pages and maybe a few free tools if it's not really back-end heavy. So just to recap a lot of the AI tools I used, Lovable is great for a good chunk of everything. It's kind of just middle class. It'll do the majority of stuff that you want, and it has pretty good design. Don't just use ChatGPT to try to one prompt an application. It's not gonna do good at all. Don't recommend that one. Base 44 is great if you have a bigger budget. I think it actually builds more complicated applications than Lovable. It just costs more. Base 44 also I think has better design than Lovable. The last one's V0. V0 is great for landing pages and building only front-end applications. And that's what I would use it for. One little hack that I started to do with free tools is I would build it in Base 44 and then just copy it and paste the code and put it into Lovable because it was cheaper. That's basically it. So I finished the challenge. That was pretty awful. I thought it wasn't gonna be that bad, but after those 3 hours of walking, my hip flexors were just cooked. So I had to stretch for like 30 minutes after walking that. Anyways, besides the point, I wanted to give you guys my main takeaways from this. What I would do differently if I had to do this again. The number one thing is I wouldn't waste time trying to like automate things, get Airtable up and running. No, I would start with the most important thing, which is getting those dang lessons done and then trying to sell it. I would use a tool that already works, you know? I would use Beehive, or I used Kit in this challenge, but they already do everything I need to. So I'd find an existing tool and just use that so that I can start getting sales right away. I'm actually pretty happy with this challenge because I finally broke free of the analysis paralysis. I haven't built anything in like 6 months because I've just been in this constant state of, maybe this is a good idea, maybe it's not. And I finally broke free and built 5 different things in 21 days. And it felt awesome to actually get those things done and finish a project. Good night, it's been so long. I will leave links in the description below. All of the products that I've built are down there. Go check them out. The course is, I think, just a couple dollars. Try it out and let me know what your thoughts are. I would love to improve it, make it better in any way. Thank you guys so much for watching, and get out there and build something. Get a project done. It's an awesome feeling. Thanks, guys.